患者がいた。こんばんは。
Good evening, Dr. Reed. A great night, what?
素晴らしいかな。
Do you need medical help?
You would save my life, Dr. Reed. I have not felt so bad in many years.
どうぞ。
Don't worry. There is nothing serious to fear. I have seen far worse, I can assure you.
I cannot imagine the pain these people must face then. You have my gratitude, Doctor. This disease has ruined my appetite.
それじゃあ
Goodbye, Mr. Russell. I'm sure you'll take care of yourself.
ちょっと買い物品物見
Good
せてもらおう
evening,
かな。
Dr. Reed. A great night, what?
あれジョナサンいないんだけど。まあいいや。
I may have a look at your goods, Mr. Russell.
大したもんないね。売るものはなんかあったかな。いいねで売れる。ショーンのやつは売れないな。これ売るか。指輪。ふいふい。売っても別に買うものないならあんま意味ない気もするけど。いいか。あとは、病人を探そう。ちょっと、頭痛薬とかのさ、レシピの場所だけでもググってこようかな。さすがに見つからないのはまずいよ。
Hello again, Venus.
Jonathan, you're still up. Can't you just knock at people's doors during the day?
ごめんね。
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan. But you are always welcome
お
here.
邪魔します。
But at this hour of
いや
night...
ー、
It's a pleasure to see you again,
大きなお
Venus.
家で
So
す
you
ね。
returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
そっか。あ、持ってない。持ってなかったわ。ごめんね。話するか。家族の評判について。
Venus, why do you worry so much about your family's reputation?
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
そうか。なるほどね。なんかすごい活動してたもんね。何らかの。なんだっけ、ヴァンパイアがいるんだ、みたいな。そういうことか。奥さんも大変だね。
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
近隣について。
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences for your sister.
どうも。
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden, and I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
さぞ心細かったろうに。あ、クラレンスのヴァンパイア妄想について。
Tell me about Clarence's obsession with vampires.
It drives me so crazy it makes my stomach hurt. I was so relieved to have him back. But I quickly realized he'd lost his mind in France.
I understand your irritation, Venus. But you have to accept the trauma Clarence endured on the battlefield.
The question is simple, Jonathan. Is my husband mad? Yes or no? Do vampires exist? Or is Clarence a lunatic?
彼のこと信じてないの？彼のことどう思う？信じろって方が無理じゃない？
So you don't believe Clarence?
If poor Mary, bless her soul, had tried to convince you of the existence of bloody vampires, would you have believed her? Seriously?
そうだよね。彼のことどう思う？
The important question is, what do you really think of your husband?
I'm tough, Jonathan. He should have told me the horrors he witnessed, however appalling it was, instead of inventing a fantasy about blood-drinking monsters.
そういうことか。それじゃあね。
Goodbye for now.
もう一回クラレンスを説得してやれたらいいけどね。夜に来て迷惑がられてる。その上さらに物を漁っていく。まあこれぐらいにしておいてあげよう。よっ。
I'm so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
それじゃお邪魔しました。今度は薬持ってきますからね。よいしょ。さあ患者を探そう。ここのドア何？あっ、ここか。やったね。よし。これで行き来がしやすくなったね。あら、なんか前に会った人にも会えなくなってるんだけど。この双子ね。この双子あっちか。あ、この人にあげなかったな。じゃあ、まずね、木村忠夫さんのとこ行くか。うちの庭に、大男が。怖え。何してんだ、あいつ。どこだ？こっちか。あれ？こっちだわ。こっちだわ。木村忠夫宅は。お邪魔します。
Are you sure you'll manage to reach the West End by yourself?
別にこの人の家じゃない。
Yes, I'm perfectly capable of defending myself when not ambushed by insane cultists.
あれ？診察できない。一回、この人が家に帰った後じゃないとダメなのか。
Take care.
OK。こっちか。ここに行かないといけないんだ。開けたっけここの扉。それによってかなりね行き来が簡単かどうか変わってくるんだけど。 行ってみましょう。ほら、いるわ。よし。このタイプのヴァンパイアは簡単だね。あ、開いてる。助かった。よし。ここにいたよね。あ、いるいるいる。姿勢まで同じ姿勢取らなくたっていいじゃない。
Do you need my medical attention, sir?
Indeed. I've never been good at explaining my feelings, but I can tell when my body is hurting me.
どうぞ。
You have nothing to be worried about. You should recover by taking this.
Sounds so easy to fight disease. Too bad it's not the same making people smile again.
さようなら。
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
ネクタイしまった方が良くないですか？ああ、パッと見で区別つくようにしてくれてんのかな。
Do you remember if we've seen someone
あれ？もう一人のお兄ちゃんは？あ、はい。
It's difficult to remember what.
Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have feelings of déjà vu when I talk to you?
デジャブ？
Do you need my medical attention, sir?
I'm afraid I do. I knew we should have left London.
どうぞ。
I don't want to appear tactless, but you're risking your health by remaining outside at this hour of night.
Says the doctor who also works outside at night. But as always, the imprudent person enjoys the company of their fellows.
なんだろう、この人たちは。何をしてるんですか？お仕事は何を？これね、気にな
And
る。
what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I wanted. Wanted something this city can't provide.
その前のお仕事は？
But what were you doing before you took this decision?
Does it really matter anymore? Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now I think it's over.
教えてくれないのか。なぜロンドンを出たいんですか？
Tell me more about why you want to leave London, then.
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to convince my brother to leave London because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
へえ。兄弟喧嘩。ここで何をしてるんですか？
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Baker. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
We are waiting for someone.
And why are you waiting for this person?
Because we need to leave this city as soon as possible.
Why do you want to leave the city?
I'm not really sure.
ふわっとしている。近隣について話を聞
Can you
きた
tell
い。
me anything about this district?
As you like asking questions so much, would you allow me to ask you one first?
Please, be my guest.
Do you like this city?
この街は好きですか？ああ、ええ。
I know we are not living in the most peaceful of times, but I have learned to appreciate London's complexity.
Yes, me too. This city tests us. It invites us to find ourselves, to discover our true nature scattered throughout its dark streets.
But what if we don't like what we find?
Do we ever know who we are? I wonder sometimes. Or maybe it is the journey to find out who we are that changes us.
なんだなんだ。兄弟喧嘩について。
Pericles, tell me why your brother
Sorry.
disagrees with your presence here.
Agamemnon is naive sometimes. Although don't consider him a fool, sir. He is often more lucid than me.
二人ともなんでここにいるのか説明できないの？
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing, and for what reason.
But is that not a common problem for all mortals?
はあ。兄弟について聞かせてくだ
What
さ
can
い。
you tell me about your brother?
If you are searching for a pleasant chat, you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me. He has always been the more gentle of us.
That's it? That's all you can tell me about him?
For the time being, true kindness is the most valuable quality, my good sir.
はあ。個人的な質問。何を持っているの？なんか持ってた？
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has
あ、
a
待ってい
name.
るの
I
か。
really can't answer that question. since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance. I don't even know his real name. Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer, and here we are.
弟にも聞いてみよう。なんか、なんだそれって感じだね。とりあえずで説得されてここにいるのか、本当にそういう人がいるのかわかんないけど。そういう人が本当にいるんなら、
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
うさんくさいな、随分。まあ、聞いてみよう。
May I ask what you're doing outside at this hour of night?
I don't know. You should ask my brother instead. It was his idea in the first place.
You must have your own ideas.
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
どうしてまだ出発してないの？弟は知ってるみたい
May
な
I
言ってなかっ
ask
た。
why you've not gone already if you're so exasperated by this long wait?
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
近隣について話を聞いて。
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy. Or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Because I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
どうかな。そんなことないかな。
No, I'm not.
Good for you.
同意しちゃっ
It's
た
a
んだけど。
good thing
まあいい
to have
か。
a clear idea of where you stand concerning crucial questions. Don't you think?
兄弟につい
What
て
can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the important thing is that I really hope I'll die before him. Grief would just kill me, you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and without my insistence, he would never leave this place. We don't often agree on anything, you see?
へえ。質問。実際のとこ誰を待っているの？
Who are you waiting for exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be then?
I don't know. A feeling? An event? An impulse? How can I tell? Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
なんだそりゃ。どんな罠？
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What kind of trap are you talking about?
Have you ever felt like life trapped you in a role that does not fit you? That you are not in your place? That sort of trap.
ロンドン出たら自由になれるの？
Trap? And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
それじゃあ
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
早くどっか行けるといいね。どういうことなんだ？知らない人では？おお、こんばんは。
Good evening, sir.
そういえばこの辺歩いて
May
ない
I
もん
ask you what you're
ね。
doing here at this late
逆に
hour?
尋
I'm
ねられた。
conducting an investigation about the epidemic in this part of town.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why all the questions?
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard. And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
お医者さんだ。私なりの目的があってここにいますし、本当に時間がないんです。アスカロンクラブの仕事をしています。言ってもいいの？アスカロンクラブのこと。うわぁ、迷うね。本当に時間がないんです。言っていいのかなこれ。怪しいなとか言われて、署まで連行みたいな。ないそういうのは。まあ、こっち行ってみるか。
I work for the Ascalon Club. Here is my permit to go freely about the city.
The Ascalon Club. You should have said so,
おお、よ
sir.
かった。
I must warn you, these streets are dangerous, and you'd better be careful.
アスカロンクラブすごいな。調査について
What are you investigating, exactly?
Since you already rescued Miss Teasdale, I only have one case left. The possible abduction of Mr. Tadao Kimura.
Tell me about Mr. Kimura.
Mr. Kimura is a businessman who has been missing for a few days. He didn't go home, didn't go to work, didn't go back to his family.
Where was he last seen?
Mr. Kimura was last seen at the Royal Observatory in Greenwich. I followed a possible lead in the West End, but I found nothing.
これで手がかりを得るのか、木村の。もう、多分、もう少ししたら帰ると思うよ、あの人は。心配ないよ。本当はここで何をしているんですか？疑り深いな。
Why are you
なぜ今、
investigating at
調
night?
査を？
Criminals rarely act in daylight, you know. But since you are also a night worker, have you noticed anything strange which requires police attention?
奇妙なことは何も気づきませんでした。ファーガル番所を知っていますか？ジェフリー・マッカラムについて報告したいんですが。ファーガル、知っていますか？だってさ、この二つはもうほぼ解決したようなもんじゃない？ねえ、だから、まあ別に、
No,
ないけど
I've
ね。
noticed nothing odd.
っていうか、
Alright.
強いて言うならエミ
But keep
リ
your
ー
eyes open, though.
失踪についてちょっと手を貸してほしいところかな。近隣について。
What can you tell me about this district?
I'm the one asking questions, especially when there's a killer on the loose.
そうかい。殺人者。
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with the civilians, sir.
Haven't I told you about the
Sheesh.
investigation I'm conducting? Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this. I'm convinced there is a homicidal maniac on the loose, using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
いやもう人が知りすぎて何の話かわからんもん。どこの事件の話をしてんのか。
And
疫
what
病は
about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor?
あらら。
Colleagues of mine die almost every day.
そうだね。本当はここで何をして
What
い
are
る
you really doing here?
I told you. I'm a detective inspector from Scotland Yard, investigating suspicious cases in the area.
Do you work
一人
alone?
で
Yes, the situation is difficult for the police. Many of us are sick, and since the summer strike, most men apply a work to rule on their patrols.
そう。イーストエンドの状況。
What about the situation in the East End? Why are there no police there to protect the civilians?
I know, it's a shame, but we just don't have enough men to cover the entire city.
まあ人も毎日死んでるとか言ってるし、人手がないんでしょう。個人的な殺人狂？
Tell me all you know about that homicidal maniac you're looking for.
I'm not even sure there is only one. The wounds are always the same, but the modus operandi varies. Sometimes violent and brutal, sometimes precise and swift.
How could different killers inflict the same wounds?
That's my main problem. If my theory is correct, maybe we're facing a group of individuals sharing the same violent tendencies. Perhaps a sadist cult.
吸血鬼のこと？エコンかスカールかってことかい？そりゃなかなか見つけるのは難しいかもしれないね。一応これも聞いてみよう
Have。you recent news of Aloysius Dawson?
I just heard he finally died. We all have to go one day, do we not, Dr. Reed?
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
ていうかジョナサンがさ、アロイシス・ドーソンに隠れ家がある。手を下したというか殺したわけだからさ、それを あの人どうなったって聞くのはだいぶ怖いよね。この辺もまだ人いたりするかな。別にいない？一周した。
I can't believe I'm doing this.
うい。すごいね、ろうそくが。こっちからも出れんだ。へえ。こっち行ったらこっちでまた人がいそうじゃない？いたけど敵だわ。